Hello, welcome to yoga practice today. I am feeling really grateful for the seasonal change. It is now officially fall. I've had the windows open for a few days now, and I'm really enjoying this just sense of refreshment. It feels so refreshing to me to feel the change in temperature, for the humidity to be gone. There's just a sense of growth and moving on with the seasonal change. And so I very much want to incorporate that into our practice today. Go ahead and come into your practice space. I apologize for my Rottweiler. Lilu, couch, 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 couch. She really loves to be on screen. So hopefully she will behave and not do that again. Come onto your mat and go ahead and get ready to move through this practice. We're going to actually start in a child's pose. So you can decide if you want to open your knees wide or if you want to bring your knees together. By bringing the knees wide, open the width of the mat, this is going to be really great for hip opening. Bringing the knees together is going to be great for a low back release. Whichever option you choose, we're going to fold forward. So you just walk your hands forward, maybe feeling your belly resting onto your thighs, and then let your forehead meet the mat. Now, at any point, if your forehead doesn't meet the mat, that's okay. You can position a block underneath your head. That's going to give you a little more height. If the block is uncomfortable, you can use a pillow. You can also stack your hands, making a pillow for your forehead. And just breathe here. Notice how it feels to come into this shape. And if you're really vibing with the weather and the shift and the season, maybe you've got your window open too. Just listening to the sounds of nature. Feel gratitude for this time. This shift, this change. New energy coming in. Let's bring that new energy into our practice. Inhale deeply through the nostrils. Exhale, open your mouth, let it go. And again. Inhale all the way to the top of the breath. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go. One more time. Exhale, let go. From here, we'll lift our head. Gazing forward, take your left hand off the mat to the left. Lift your right hand, stack it on top of the right, and just lower that right shoulder down, coming into a gentle side body stretch. Preparing to do this on the other side. Lifting the head, walk that right hand over to the mat. Then the left hand, you can pause here. When you're ready, you're going to lift that right hand, take it off the mat over to the right, lift the left hand, stack it on top, lower that left shoulder, left arm down. Feel into the left side body. Breathe. Preparing to come out, gently lifting the head, walking that left hand over, then the right. Send the forearms down, take a round of breath back into child's pose, forehead connects down. Exhale. Inhale, lift the head, lift the hips, shift forward, reposition your body so that you're coming into a neutral tabletop position. Now we've got the wrist under the shoulders, knees under the hips. When we look between the knees, we look back until we can't see our feet anymore. Inhale, we let the belly lower towards the mat. Exhale, lift the back, create space between the shoulder blades. Inhale, belly lowers, tailbone lifts. Exhale, lift the upper back. Move with your breath. Bring mobility to the spine. And maybe you start to draw circles with the hips. Circles can be as big or as small as you'd like. As we circle the hips around, we'll just think about the summer season that we're just coming out of, thinking about all the things that we experienced. I'm feeling the excitement for a new season, new experiences. And start to visualize what that might look like for you, what you're excited about in this fall season. Circle around opposite direction. Continue to visualize what it is that you're looking forward to, what it is that excites you about this season. Let your body move with the energy of that excitement. And find your way to a neutral tabletop position. From our neutral tabletop position, we're going to do some hip work. So as you inhale, lift your left knee up and out to the left. Exhale, bring it towards the mat without touching. Inhale, lift that left knee up and out again. Exhale, lower towards the mat without touching. One more time. Inhale, lift it up. And then exhale, as the knee comes down, press the heel back. Take 3 big hip circles in this direction. And then we'll take 3 hip circles in the opposite direction. And once we're done, we'll bring that left knee, setting it down to the mat. Take an inhale all the way to the top of the breath. Exhale, open the mouth, release. Letting it go. Inhale, lift the right knee up and out to the right. Exhale, lower the knee towards the mat. 2 more times. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, lower it towards the mat. 1 more time. Inhale, lift the knee as high as you can. Exhale, as you lower the knee, press the heel back. Take 3 big circles. Working with the hip joint, incorporating mobility into our practice, and then we'll take 3 circles opposite direction. Right knee sets down to the mat. Inhale through the nostrils. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go. From here, continuing to move on with our practice, we're just going to lift off of that right knee, bring the right toes to the back of the mat, press the right heel back. Feel a nice stretch for the calf muscle. On your next exhale, you can send that right knee down. Take a breath here. Exhale, let it go. Now inhale, lift that left knee. Come onto the left toes. Left leg is straight. Press the left heel back. I'm feeling a really nice breeze. I can hear the wind rustling through the trees outside of the window in my practice area. What sensations are coming up for you in your environment? Really tune in to this experience that you're having. And then exhale, let that left knee come down. Inhale through the nostrils. Exhale, let it go. Now we're going to transition from kneeling to standing, taking pressure out of the wrist. Curl the toes. When you're ready, lift the knees, lift the hips. Come into down dog just as a transition to slowly walk your feet towards your hands. Feet are coming to the top of the mat. And as you inhale, slide your hands up your shins, coming to a half lift. And then exhale, fold. Now, spending a little more time in this forward fold. Pay attention to what's happening in your body. If this is uncomfortable to have the legs straight, you can bend your knees. Whether your knees are bent or your legs are straight, arms can dangle or your hands can find opposite elbows, framing your head with your arms. Now relax your head, relax your neck, let the top of your head point down to the mat. Gently bend one knee at a time. As one knee bends and the opposite leg is straight, feel sensation into the straight leg. Then switch it up on the other side. Now, when you come into the second round, whichever leg is straight, send that hip back if you want a deeper stretch. Continue to move from side to side and take one more on each side. Find your way back to center. Release your hands. Either come into that half lift with your hands on your shins, or if you have blocks, you can position your hands on your blocks with the blocks in front of your feet. Once you've got yourself set up here, take the blocks a little further in front. We'll practice some balance. Shift weight into your left foot, lift your right foot. Now you want to flex your foot as if you're pressing your foot up against a wall. You might need to shift your left hand a little wider. Now you want to square the hips. So if your right hip is stacking above your left, lower the right hip down so it's in line with the left. Feel sensation in the standing leg. Now, if you don't have blocks, you can lift a little higher, holding on to a chair with your hands. From here, we're going to move on. We're going to bend both knees at the same time, bringing the right knee behind the left, and then press both legs straight back to our starting point. And then we'll take two more. Right knee comes behind the left as both knee bends, and then both legs straighten. One more time. Back to our starting point, and then we'll let that right foot come down. Take an inhale breath, half lift, and then exhale. Let's come back into our forward fold. Note the difference between both legs. One leg will probably feel more open than the other. And then on your next inhale, come back to that half lift. Come back to hands on the blocks. From here, when you're ready, shift weight into the right foot, lift the left foot. Now, as you lift the left foot, flex the foot as if you're pressing the foot up against a wall. You might need to walk that right hand further out, widening the distance. Now, with the left leg lifted, feel into the right leg, into the right hip. Make sure the hips are squared. So remember, if that left hip is really lifting up higher than the right, we want to send that left hip down so that the hips are in line with each other. And we'll start to come into our knee bends. Bending both knees at the same time, take the left knee behind the right, and then press both legs to straight back to the starting point. We've got two more. Move with control and feel the activation in the standing leg. Back to our starting point. This is a support. Left foot comes down. Inhale, half lift, and exhale back into our forward fold. Exhale, let it go. Couple more rounds of breath. Opening the back of the body. Inhale, half lift, hands find the blocks. Now bring the blocks outside of the feet. Once the blocks are outside of the feet, hands come onto the blocks. Pick up the right foot, step it back about 3 feet, straighten both legs. Rotate the right toes to the right edge of the mat. Now the arms are straight. This is our starting point. Inhale, breath. Exhale, bend the elbows. Slowly lower the torso towards the left leg. Deep stretch for the left hamstring. Think about sending that left hip back, right hip forward. Now notice that the more you fold, the deeper you're going to feel that stretch. So you decide how much you want to ease into it, how far you want to go. Inhale, take that half lift. Exhale, step the right foot in line with the left and go straight into a forward fold. Feel into both legs. And then inhale, half lift. Exhale, left foot steps back, same distance, about 3 feet. And then rotate those left toes to face the left edge of the mat. Both legs are straight. Half lift starting point on an inhale breath. Exhale, bend the elbows, fold forward. As you fold forward, think about sending that right hip back, left hip forward. Find sensation in the right hamstring. For one more round of breath. Inhale, step the left foot forward. Exhale, fold. Remove the blocks off the mat. Enjoy another round of breath in your forward fold, maybe noting if you can feel a little more comfortable, a little more open in this one than the first one. And then take a deep bend in the knees. Graze the fingertips up the legs. Slowly allow yourself to come into a standing position, taking all the time that you need. And once you get to that standing position, take a micro bend in the knees. Lift the toes, feel the soles of the feet firmly planted down on the mat. Arms are by your sides. Inhale, lift the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, take the shoulders back and down. Inhale, lift the shoulders up. Exhale, take the shoulders back and down. One more time. Movement is following the breath. Shifting and moving energy around. Now, shimmy the shoulders out. Look to your feet, heel toe the feet a little wider than hip distance. Maybe you go even wider and the pinky edges of the feet come to the mat. Now let's open up the front of the body. So we're gonna really get firm in our standing foundation. Soles of the feet pressing to the mat. Hands come behind the low back, fingers interlace. Now, take a micro bend in the knees, soften the knees, maybe bounce a few times here. We wanna make sure we're not locking the knees out. So micro bend, keep it safe. Now with the fingers interlaced, if you're having trouble achieving this, do not worry. You can always take your hands to a strap and use the strap instead. So if you're not sure what that looks like, you can use a strap, a scarf, a belt, or towel, anything that lets you connect your hands to the strap instead of having to force the hands together. And then the lift would be like this. So whether your hands are on the strap or prop or your fingers have interlaced, we'll start with the hands down. Inhale, we'll lift the hands up. Feel the chest open, feel the shoulders open. And then exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower it down. Move with your breath. Each time you inhale, lift as high as you'd like. Exhale, lower. Be careful with your body. You don't want to strain. You don't want to cause pain or major discomfort. So just lifting to your level of comfort. Getting some mobility for the shoulders. And then on the next exhale, we'll bring the strap down. Release the strap. And then just lower it off to the side. Back to our standing position. Now, in this standing position, we're going to explore a little more movement and mobility for the legs. So we can start with our hands on our hips. Now, as we inhale, we'll lift one foot, shift weight into the standing leg. From here, draw circles with your lifted knee, just like you did when we were in tabletop position. Now, you can explore the free space, circle around opposite direction, or you can bring one hand to a wall if you need support here. And then we'll bring that foot down. Allow yourself time to get grounded between both feet. Then switch it up other side. Lift opposite leg. Start with the knee bent, knee in line with the hip. Open the knee out. Take a big circle. 2 more in this direction. And then we'll take 3 in the opposite direction. Remember, hand can come to the wall if you need to. And then we'll set that foot down. Take a breath once both feet are grounded. When you're ready, bring the big toes together. Leave a little space at the heels. Take your hands by your sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Let the palms meet. As you exhale, lean over to one side with your arms. Now, the hips are going to move in the opposite direction. So if your arms are over to the right, you're going to take your hips to the left. Think about your top arm hovering above your ear. And then you've got the option to drop your lower arm if that feels more stable for you. You also have the option to separate your feet if you like that better. So now we're getting into the side body, just like we started in that modified child's pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up, and we're just going to take it to the opposite direction. So now the arms fold over. Bicep is hovering above the ear. Maybe we drop that lower arm. Find the variation that you like and reach. Let the side body open up. Let the stagnation and congestion from the past prior season go and create space for the new season. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, take the hands down. Now bring your hands behind you. Take your hands to find your glutes, as if you're putting your hands in your jeans pockets. Micro bend in the knees. Open the chest, bring the elbows towards each other. Now press the hips forward. Take a little back bend. Maybe you gaze up to the ceiling. Opening the front of the body, press the hips forward. If you feel compression in your low back, think about lifting up through the heart. So think about bending at the upper back rather than the lower back. And then gently come back to center. Hands are by your sides. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Back to our forward fold. Remember, the knees can bend. Enjoying these sweeping, bigger movements, shifting the energy around, cleaning out the body from last season, opening up and embracing and welcoming the new season. Inhale, take a half lift. Invite the blocks back onto the mat. Hands are on the blocks at the highest height. Lift the right foot. Step the right toes to the back of the mat. And as you do this, lower the right knee down. So we're coming into a supported knee down lunge. Uncurl the back toes. Walk the blocks back so that you can bring the blocks under the shoulders. And then if your front knee is past your front toes, shimmy the foot forward. This way, when you press the hips forward, you've got the knee tracking above the ankle. Now, the back leg, feel into the front of that hip. Nice deep stretch. We can use the support of the blocks underneath our hands, or we can take our hands to our front thigh. Just make sure that you're not pressing on the knee. Hands are to the thigh. Knee down lunge. This is an awesome posture to counter stretch if you've been doing a lot of sitting. And then if your hands are on the thigh, just bring the hands back to the blocks. Lift your hips. Send the hips back just enough so that your hips are above the back knee. So we don't want to go further back. The front leg is straight. Lift the toes of the front leg. Take an inhale breath. And then as you exhale, fold forward. So we did this from a standing position, our pyramid pose. Now we're doing it with the support of the blocks. However, if you don't need the blocks, you can bring your palms or your fingertips down to the mat, especially if you want to go deeper. And wherever you are, just come back to the neutral starting point. The toes that you have lifted, your front toes, point the toes. Get a stretch for the top of the foot. And then from here, shift forward back to that knee down lunge position. And then we're going to slide that foot back. So we're coming into child's pose just like we started our practice. As you come into child's pose, let the forehead rest down. And as the forehead rests down, take note of each leg. Feel into the left leg. Feel into the right leg. And then come up. Neutral tabletop position. From here, you can curl your toes and come into down dog if you want a little more dynamic movement. Or you can come into it from tabletop, just taking the blocks underneath the hands, inhaling for a half lift. And then exhale, lifting those left toes, stepping them way back to the back of the mat. Lower that left knee, uncurl the left toes. Now walk the blocks back so that the blocks are under the shoulders, and then shimmy the front toes forward so that you can bring alignment of the knee above the ankle. Press the hips forward. Feel the release in the front of the hip on the left side, removing that stagnation and congestion, letting that tightness go, shifting the energy, creating space. Exhale, let it go. If you'd like, you can take your hands off the block, bring your hands to your front. You're not pressing directly on the knee. As you open the front of the hip, find your breath. Wherever the hands are, we'll bring them back to the blocks. We'll lift the hips and send them back just enough so that the left hip is above the left knee. And then we'll lift the right toes. Right leg is straight. We'll take an inhale breath here at this half lift. And then as we exhale, we'll fold forward. Hands can stay on the blocks or the hands can meet the mat. Folding and getting a deep hamstring stretch. Maybe closing your eyes and bringing your awareness into your body and how it feels. Feeling gratitude for this time, this pause in this shape to release any tension you might have hanging out here. And then on the next inhale, we'll find that half lift. We'll use the support of the blocks. We'll point the toes and feel a stretch at the top of the foot. Release the foot. Know that whenever we do toe pointing, this can create some cramping for some people. If that happens for you, don't worry too much about it. You can flex your toes to help release that cramping. Then from here, we'll walk the hands forward, come back into that knee down lunge. From here, we'll just slide the front foot back. Both knees come down. We can remove the blocks for now and we'll come back into child's pose. Taking time to settle in. Forehead meets the mat. Noticing both legs now in this child's pose. Noticing the hips. Noticing how different this child's pose feels compared to the very first one that we did. Bring awareness to your breath. Let the breath become big. Inhale, feel the belly expand. Exhale, let the air go. With each inhale, maybe you feel the upper back puffing out. Continuing to move on. Inhale, lift the hips, shift forward. Slowly bring your hips towards the mat. Keep the arms straight. And then lift the hips, take them back as if you're going back into child's pose, but we're going to keep the movement flowing. So inhale, lift, shift forward, press the hips down. Awesome mobility for the hips. Great release for long periods of sitting time. Your movement is following your breath and just allowing yourself to explore this space. The next time you come into a neutral tabletop position, bring your knees together. Wrists are under the shoulders, fingers are spread wide, arms are stacked. Knees are together. Now, lift your feet, take both your feet over to the left. As you take both your feet to the left, you can look back. It's really comfortable if you position the top of your left foot to rest on the arch of your bottom foot. You'll find a perfect fit here. Then, walk both hands over to your feet. So with both hands walking over to the left where the feet are, you'll feel a stretch coming back into the side body. If you want to go deeper, you can send that right hip back. Really just creating space from the hip to the arm. The side body is the part of the human body that we have the most amount of tension. This is where we stretch the least. So we're really honoring the space today so that we can get rid of that stagnation. We're doing our seasonal cleaning for our body, working out that stagnation, creating the space, moving forward. Now take the hips back to center, walk the hands to center. Lift the feet, bring the feet back to the center of the mat, keep the knees together, inhale through the nostrils. Exhale, open your mouth, let it go. Now lift both feet, take both feet out to the right. Stack the top of the right foot on the arch of the left foot. Walk your hands over to your feet. So both hands are moving over to the feet. So we're moving our limbs to the right side. We're feeling into the left side body. We can send that left hip back, going deeper. This is it. This is where we pause. We breathe. We shift that tightness out. We let it go. We feel a release. We feel gratitude for the ability to shift around things in our energetic body by moving our physical body. This is an amazing practice. All we have to do is breathe and move with intention. And then we lift the hips to center. Walk the hands to center. Lift the feet, bring them back to center. Take an inhale through the nostrils. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go. From here, take the feet out to one side. Come onto your seat. So we're coming off of our knees, off of that kneeling position, finding our way onto the seat. Talk about some different options when we get here. First of all, if at any point you were super uncomfortable in any of the kneeling postures, that's okay. Let's talk about what to do. You can purchase a knee pad if you would like, but you don't need to do that. You can take any blanket or pillow that you have that's comfortable underneath your knees. That's gonna give you some extra cushion. And this is really gonna depend on your body, if you've had injuries or surgeries with your knee, the type of surface that you're practicing on. So whatever it is that might be feeling like a limitation for your knees, feel free to invite a prop on so that you're more comfortable. And I have another class that's all about soothing knee pain. So just reach out to me if you'd like the link for that class to support your knees. Now, from a seated position, if it's uncomfortable for you to sit directly down onto the mat, you don't have to do that. You can sit on a bench, you can sit on a chair, you can take props like blocks, stacked blankets, or pillows underneath your seat, and that's gonna give the hips a higher lift than the knees, which is gonna help take some of that compression out. So just think about what it is that you have that you wanna use to best support your body. This is your body, so however you position it in a way that feels the most safe is the right way. So sitting with our legs in front of us, the knees can be bent or the legs can be straight out. Whatever you choose, we're gonna take breath moving our torso. So just gently take your palms to your thighs, rest them there. As you inhale, open your heart, bring your shoulders back. And as you exhale, bring your shoulders forward, belly button to spine. Inhale opens the heart, shoulders back. Exhale, belly button to spine, shoulders forward. Moving through extension and flexion of the spine. Each time we find flexion, we're rounding the spine. And each time we come into extension, we're getting a little back bending. So working with spinal mobility, cleansing out the back space, letting that tension know that it's time to go, that we no longer want or need it. We're doing our autumn cleansing. Now we'll come back to neutral axial extension for the spine. So lift the crown of your head up towards the sky. And on your next exhale, open your mouth, let it go. Keep your hands where they are. Now bring one side of your ribs to the same side leg. As you inhale, bring your heart forward. Move over to the other side and then exhale, lean back, belly button to spine. So we're just drawing circles with the torso. This is called Anahata Kriya. So Anahata is the heart energy center, and Kriya is a cleansing technique in India. So we're working through cleansing, shifting through, and very much leading with our heart. So in this way, we're cultivating with love and compassion. Feeling our seat connected as we take our circles and giving ourselves permission to pause anywhere that needs a deeper stretch. Let the tension go. Hold and breathe as long as you'd like. And then switch it up, take it opposite direction. Cleansing through our movement. Maybe closing our eyes and noticing how it feels to lead with the heart, to lead with love and compassion. As you move in this direction, deciding if there's anywhere your body wants to pause. And breathe. And feel. This is your time to connect with your body. There's absolutely no rush or stress. We're just enjoying this experience of movement. We'll start to slow those circles. Bring ourselves to center. Reach the crown of the head up, root down through the seat. Take the hands out to the sides. And as you inhale, sweep the fingers up. And as you exhale, bend your elbows. Take your fingertips to your shoulders. Now keep your elbows in line with your shoulders. Enjoy an inhale. As you exhale, twist and rotate to one side. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, twist and face the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the first side. Inhale, center. Twist to the second side. Now you can continue to move at the pace of your breath, or you can start to let things go faster if you'd like. Now, if you're letting the twisting and the movement be faster, you'll feel more in the spine. This movement is really helping to liberate the spine and ease tension in the muscles of the back. So enjoy this movement. Enjoy this journey. Slow it down. Find center, lower the elbows. Take one hand to your heart center, take the other hand on top. Now close your eyes. And with your palms to your heart center, find your heartbeat. Find the energy within you. Noticing your breath, your pranayama. This is your life force energy. Exhale, sigh of relief. Inhale, taking in as much air as possible. Exhale, let it go. Continue this breath connection. Feel peacefulness with each inhale and each exhale. Inhale, feel the chest expand. Feel the body filling with fresh, clean, new energy. Exhale, feel the release of stale, stagnant energy. Feel the breath moving and flowing through your body. One more round. with the hands of the heart. And gently lower the hands, just letting the hands rest to the thighs or in the lap, one hand supporting the other. The eyes are closed. The back is straight. Shoulders are above the hips. Ears are above the shoulders. Bring the gaze inward, eyes closed. And from your breath expansion, come back to your natural breath. Breathing without force or control. And taking time to feel the stillness and the serenity that you've invited into your space, to your body, to yourself through your practice. Take a moment to feel proud and empowered for showing up for yourself today, for honoring this new season, for being open to new experiences, and for being grateful for the experiences that you've had. I'm grateful for you. Without you, I wouldn't be able to share this beautiful practice. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. It is my pleasure to guide you. I hope you have a beautiful season. The light in me sees, honors, and recognizes the light within you. Namaste. I'm sending so much love and abundance and peace to you all as you move through this new season. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.